What's up, everybody? So let's talk about what the Fed said at their last meeting. So the most important thing that I heard and what Jerome Powell was talking about, let me sit down here for this, was that they no longer expect a soft landing. Now, they've been saying soft landing, soft landing, soft landing. Basically what they were saying is we're going to raise rates and we're going to do it in a way where we don't collapse the economy, where we don't break something. It's just going to get a little rusty, a little loose, right? But it's not going to be like an '08. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's going to be a soft landing. Well, it's the first time Jerome said this, but he said we don't anticipate a soft landing anymore. What he basically said by saying that is something's going to break. There's nothing that we can do about it. Like another '08 or worse. They also implied that they're going to raise rates again, just not right now. And that rates are going to stay high for a while. Well, what does that mean for you? Well, that means if you need to get an auto loan or a home loan, you're going to be paying through the roof. And the reason why we're not going to go through a soft landing, well, is because exactly that. People can't afford their car payments. People can't afford to buy new cars, used cars. People can't afford to buy a new home, new build or used. New build or used homes, doesn't matter. So this whole soft landing thing that they're talking about, they probably knew that it wasn't going to work, but they're not going to tell you that right off the bat because it's going to scare people. Now they're getting to the point where they're like, hey, listen, I don't know. I think we're going to have a hard landing. And I'm noticing this. See, I own an advertising company, and I've been doing a lot of events because dealerships are having a hard time selling cars. So what I do is I go in and I run advertising and I help them sell vehicles through my advertising and through other different various ways. And there's a big auto group that I work with. They got 70 plus dealerships. And they're really cutting back on a lot of interesting things. And I'm wondering, why are they doing this? Why are they cutting back? These are things that are helping them sell cars, but they spend a lot of money to do it. Let me tell you why. They're cutting back because the owner is obviously a billionaire. Billionaires know billionaire things. Billionaires have access to billionaire information. Now, he obviously has access to information that you and I don't. What I'm thinking is he's setting things up because I heard him say this in a meeting. They caught us in '08. They caught us in COVID. They're not going to catch us again. He knows something that most of us don't know. So, those of you out there that are thinking, oh shit, what do I do? Start cutting back. By the way, not financial advice, but start cutting back. Don't buy new things. Don't buy a new house right now. Don't buy a new car right now. All these things, you need to start saving money. You need to start cutting back on bills. Because you want to be prepared. You want to be prepared for what's coming. And this isn't a guarantee, but when the chair of the Federal Reserve of the United States, the most powerful currency in the world, the most powerful country in the world, arguably, right, says, hey, no more soft landing, you may want to listen because that means something's going to break and it's going to be really bad. You may lose your job. You're not going to be able to get a home loan. You're not going to be able to get an auto loan. So many people are going to lose their houses. And personally, I think they want it to break. They can't say this. They'll never say this. Call me a conspiracy theorist or not, but BlackRock, right, Vanguard, and so on, they want to own everything so you can rent, and you're supposed to be happy about that. That's the goal. So they break things so that they can deprive the middle class. They can create a social class that needs the government, that needs helicopter money. That you need the government so they can start sending you money and they can keep you reliant on government money. This is the goal. This has been the goal for a very, very, very long time. Okay? So keep that in mind. Now, this is why I love crypto. The things that are going to benefit the most from a crash, not to say that Bitcoin and other cryptos won't crash with it, but smart money, smart people understand that crypto is the future. Every intelligent person that I know understands this. So what do you do? Not financial advice, but what would you do If I was your friend and I was talking to you and I was trying to say, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing, right? I would tell you the same thing. Start understanding cryptocurrency. Start preparing for an economic fucking meltdown, because if the United States has an economic meltdown, the entire world has an economic meltdown. When you have an economic meltdown, governments print trillions of dollars. Those trillions of dollars are going to flow into assets like crypto, real estate, and things like that. Especially crypto, gold, and silver, precious metals, things that there's a finite supply of. So understand that concept. You will be okay. But just prepare, because I think something big is coming in the next 6 months.